A girl named Emma Stone is a member of a family of prehistoric cavemen who hunt and live together. Due in large part to the tight guidelines of her overbearing father, George Nicholas Case, her family is one of the few to survive. The George family, which consists of his wife Uga Catherine Kinner, his daughter Sandy, his son Tom Clark Duke, and his mother-in-law Grand Cloris Lisman, listens to George tell a tale in their cave home. In order to warn the family that exploration and new things constitute a threat to their survival, he tells the tale of a character whose curiosity is similar to apes. He also advises them to never stop being terrified after the family has gone to bed. This frustrates the restless and adventurous ape, who departs the cave against her father's wishes. She encounters Guy Reynolds, a clever and creative caveman, while looking for the source of the light. She initially fights him, but soon is interested in the fire he produces and wants to know more. He explains to her his belief that the planet is nearing its end and invites her to share it with him. Guy offers her a nose-making sail to summon him if she needs help, but she declines and departs. After being located by George, who had been looking for her, Ape is then grounded for her actions. The rest of the family joins George as he welcomes Ape home. They smash the sail that was given to Ape after she tells them about Guy and shows them it because they are afraid of new things. Then there is an earthquake which sends everyone fleeing for the cave, but George stops them just in time for the cave to be demolished by falling boulders. They scramble over the rubble to find an area covered with lush greenery, a far cry from the stony environment they are used to. To discover a new cave, George leads his family into the wilderness. The family is pursued by a macaque, a huge macha rodent with macaque-colored feathers subsequently named Chunky, and attacked by a horde of piranha kids, deadly red-feathered piranha-like birds. Ape searches for and plays a horn like the one Guy gave her out of panic. When he hears this, the guy runs to her. He swiftly comes off with a fire torch that scares the birds away. Since they have never seen fire before, the other crews are mesmerized by it. By stealing Guy's torch, they unintentionally ignite the area around them. A large amount of lead corn also shoots up into the air like fireworks as the kernels explode. After being moved by Guy's brain and ideas, Gorgs packages him in a hollow log for transportation and advises that they spend some time alone in the cave of the adjacent mountain that Guy had suggested. Guy, who initially finds the crew's way of life strange, is coerced into leading the group. Following a failed hunt, Guy, his pet sleuth-built Chris Sanders, and Ape construct a puppet to deceive and entice nearby turkey fish. The family eagerly consumes everything they catch after making their capture. Then George continues one of his depressing stories, this time reflecting the happenings of that day. Guy continues by telling his own tale of a utopia he refers to as tomorrow. The following day, the family encounters a road lined with sharp rocks, and as the George, Tonk, and Gran attempt to cross them, they are stabbed. A freedman wants to depart but instead displays one of his creations' shoes, producing one pair for each member of his family out of whatever resource he can find. All of the others show him some respect as a result, with the expectation of George, who is envious of Guy's intelligence. Guy's suggestion benefit the crews as they travel, and the family members also benefit. Thong meets and befriends a dog that resembles a crocodile that he names Douglas. Uga, Gran, and Sandy come up with their first plan for avoiding carnivorous plants by hiding under flowers' heads as they pass. Ape and Guy become closer, and Josh becomes lost in a ravine, causing Uga to go back and find him. The following day, Josh displays to the others several of his failed and embarrassing ideas, including a seesaw, wooden blinds, and a picture of a family being struck with a flat rock. When they finally get at the mountain, George is unable to persuade the family that staying in a nearby cave would be a better choice. He assaults Guy out of rage. The two get caught in tar, and Guy says that his family drowned in a pool of tar,
and that their final words served as the inspiration for his traditions of tomorrow. George changes his mind, and he and Guy con Chunky into releasing them by posing a female macawnivore who is in difficulty. An earthquake causes a deep ravine to appear across their route just as they are about to arrive at their objective. Josh throws each of them across the chasm, makes amends with Ip, and gives her the first of many hugs. Josh abandons her after throwing her across the ravine. He creates a torch and seeks refuge in a cave. He draws a large cave picture of the crews and Guy after spotting a blank rock face. He then runs upon Chunky, who starts to assault him until Josh's torch is unintentionally blown out, which causes them both to panic. For solace, the terrified Chunky sleeps close to George, who then gets his first smart thought. George is able to trick the piranha kids into carrying him, Chunky, Douglas, and a number of other creatures across the ravine, just avoiding the impending disaster. He does this by using a larger torch and a gigantic skeletal rib cage. The crews then develop the group hug after George shares the hug by re-embracing his daughter. The family finds what appears to be an ocean-like region where the sun sets over the water. In this idyllic setting, George and his family, Guy, Chunky, Belt, Douglas, and all other their various places settle down. He stops being so overly protective. As a result, the family starts taking more risks, which makes everyone happy.